Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie, and it's day 11 of the Advent Tournament. So, this is where things kind of went a little bit wonky in round one.
This is going to be a bit of a different day because Julie and I obviously split in round one in bracket 3 here. She chose Wild Turkey 101 over 1792 Full Proof, and she chose Maker's 46 over Old Forester 1920.
And I'm not upset about it. They're both delicious, though we've already set up for Phil's matchup, and I was a little jealous.
So the way we'll do this, because I chose the exact opposites that Julie did in round one, she's going to do her tasting first. Then I will do my tasting.
And we're gonna make it snappy.
Yeah, we're gonna make this one quick. So Julie's gonna kick things off with number 30, Wild Turkey 101 versus Maker's Mark, number 14 overall. Maker's 46 is 94 proof and Wild Turkey 101 is 101 proof.
So right off the bat, just quick, glass 1, pretty oaky. Glass 2, super caramely.
Oh.
Just on my initial. Just let that go. Oh, what are you doing there?
I feel like I want to participate, and I'm gonna need a warm up.
The smell on glass number 2, it almost gives it away, because I remember it was such a sad matchup for me when we did the Maker's 46, whatever round that was. For me,
it was round 1.
No, it wasn't. It was like round 3, like day 3. I mean,
day.
Okay. Yeah, day 3 when I had the mini meltdown.
Yeah, you melted down on day 3. That happened.
Yeah, but it smells so good.
Are you okay with your open relationship with Old Forester 1920 then?
I am.
Okay.
I feel
Fantastic.
I feel recovered. I feel a little bit more 2020 about it.
For better or worse, I guess.
These next rounds are probably going to go pretty quick, just because we've taken you through, or tried to take you through, some tasty notes already.
Some of the videos from the first round, really long, a lot longer than we intended, but we also wanted to share as much information about each bourbon that we were drinking, each whiskey that we were drinking, as much useful information as possible in case you wanted to try these yourselves. Really, the point of this competition for us is to find a grand champion this year. Ultimately, we hope that this is still helpful as a buying tool for you.
So I'm going to do just a quick assessment of these. Both really delicious. I do have a standout already. I know which one I'm moving forward.
That was quick.
I know. So I'm going to take you through this really quick. Glass number 1 has a very light nose. Glass number 2, a lot more richness to it. Just more overall flavor. Get some chocolate on the nose, so I can't be mad about that. What I like about glass 1 is that it has a really nice long finish. From the beginning to the end, like, it's just kind of subtle. There's not tons going on, so we've had some super flavorful whiskeys in this tournament already. This one, I don't want to say milder. I mean, there's like the cherries and the fruits and the caramels and the vanillas in there, but it's just kind of like subtle, which is probably why it's more, if I know which one this is, it's probably more of just why we like it as a daily drinker. So for me, on number 2, I'm getting a lot of that like fudginess, and some oak in there, caramel. I don't think the finish is quite as long lasting, but it's a lot more flavorful.
Makes
like,
sense.
Yeah, from the beginning to the end, to the, like the palate to the finish. Like, I just think it's an overall better experience. Moving forward, next round, glass number 2.
Glass number 2.
And I made that fairly quick for you guys.
So it sounds to me, based on the way that you describe it, that you've chosen the wheated bourbon here, the Maker's 46.
I am, this time, 100% positive that Maker's 46 is moving forward. Not that I think that it should or shouldn't, but it just overall, I think, just it's a better drink.
And that is the Super Good glass.
We are the super good.
You've chosen Maker's 46.
Hey, I'm learning.
Congratulations. That's great.
I feel a little bit better about eliminating the 1920 in the previous round, now that I know that that's moving forward.
I mean, I'll be honest, as much as we know we love 1920, in the brackets that you filled out, Maker's 46 moved on in about 50% of those brackets. It's a beloved bourbon. Everybody likes 46. It's smooth, it's delicious, it's low proof, so you can have a couple of them and feel pretty good about it. So Julie chose 3 wheated bourbons in round 1. This is the first one to make it into round 3 for her.
Oh.
I chose 0, which apparently I'm not as big a fan of wheated bourbons as I thought.
That's why we need such a variety. Well, the pressure's off for me. 1 moving forward, I'm extremely happy with my choice. And now it's all up to him. We'll be right back.
I've been looking forward to this one.
Have you?
I did my hair today. It's finally long enough that I can do something with it after my COVID buzz.
That was your fault because I spent a lot of time trying to become a stylist to no avail. And a lot of time I mean watching a YouTube video for 20 minutes.
Yeah. What exactly? How much? Didn't work that hard at it.
On to the good stuff.
I appreciate the effort. Anyways, did my hair today. I got athletic gear on, some sweatpants, because this is a high proof matchup for me today, and I gotta be ready. I gotta be limber. I'm ready for this.
Well, you do need to get limber because right here, 1792 full proof
125 proof.
versus number 19, 1920.
115 proof.
And I'm a little jealous. So jealous. Ooh, that was good.
Nice squeaky pop.
Now I'm gonna take a little bit while you kind of mull this over.
All right.
Because as much as I'm sad that it's disappeared, like you mentioned in one of our videos, there's more for me to drink now.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I hope I don't choose that so we can have a lot more of it. But either way, I feel like a winner today. And here we go. Getting into the nose. Oh man. Bubblegum, tobacco, cigar papers, caramel, butterscotch, richness.
You know what's fun is that you're so much better at whiskeys than I am. You are.
I don't know about that.
And so you give these flavor profiles, and I'm just a little like, sure, yeah, that makes sense.
This one.
I'm just your plucky sidekick versus your
terrific sidekick.
versus knowing what I'm talking about over here.
This one, on the other hand, is more oak presence, chocolate note, a little bit of nuttiness, like maybe a walnut. Oh boy, I am excited about this.
I know this is your time.
I think this is higher ethanol, so I'm gonna start with this one so I don't burn out my palate.
And I know this is your time, and I just want to interject and say, damn, she's good. I was jealous at the beginning, and I'm jealous now. And I'm not saying that I made a wrong decision previous round. However, she's good.
So vanilla, cinnamon, baking spice, more than cinnamon. Something else, like a very flavorful though. Vanilla, oak, maybe real gentle cinnamon, like a cinnamon stick.
Norman's hovering in the background, like he's about to pounce.
Hey, stop creeping. We talked about this. Glass 1 is delicious. It has a lot of legs on it. The nose improves the way that the whiskey sticks to the inside of this glass. You get more of that chocolate note, more of that oak forward note. So this one is really buttery, coats the tongue really nicely. If cough syrup was amazing, that's the experience for me. Coats the tongue, coats the throat like a cough syrup.
Like the cherry cough syrup?
Yeah, but
which is pretty amazing.
But with vanilla, chocolate, and oak, this is fantastic. A little bit of that walnut is still hanging around.
Ooh.
That is super good. Appropriate that it's in the super good glass because
I did good when I poured those.
I'm a big fan of whatever that one is. Let's go to glass 1. Butterscotch, Werther's candies on the nose now.
Ooh.
Man, that's nice. Little bubblegum still, but I just love this profile.
I love your Werther's candies, no.
I know what this is already just from that
time.
nose, and I love it. Ooh. That's a hot one. She's a hot one.
I forgot what I poured in each glass.
I can tell you exactly what it is.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's so funny.
This is the 1792. There's not a doubt in my mind.
It's so funny because when I poured those, I was trying to, obviously mix them up so that you didn't know. But we wrote them a little bit different this time, and so now I'm.
Holy cow, it's that good.
I
need a minute.
I'm gonna say, it shouldn't be every time that I'm surprised by which one it is, even when I'm the one that pours them because I can't remember.
Well, we've already had one instance in this tournament where you wrote them backwards. And if it wasn't for the fact that Knob Creek rye tastes
like
and smells so much
ridiculously
like
peanuts.
peanuts, we would have never known.
I mean, obviously you guys didn't see this. We were both like, that's not right. And then I had to like own up to the fact that I did it wrong.
This bracket's so strange. The third bracket, there's a lot of bottles we really like in it, but because of the seating, there was some real strange matchups that I didn't think were gonna go anywhere. This is one of those matchups that I thought was going to be a home run. So glass number one over here, that where there's butterscotch, caramel notes, vanilla, icing, there's so much sweetness in it. It's really hot on the back end. There's proof heat there. There is barrel spice there. There's nice age to it. It's been in the barrel a long time. It's 7, 8+ years, you can tell. It's really, really good. The heat is the thing that's throwing it off on the finish. That's just a little bit unpleasant because glass number two has a heat, but it's not nearly as astringent. Based on the nose and the palate, glass one is my front runner, but based on the full experience, glass two is hanging in there. This is gonna come down to the wire.
Do you know which one it is? I know you said one was officially not officially, but like you thought was the yellow sugar.
That Werther's note and the bubble gum and the candy finish. This is 1792 in glass one.
Okay.
It just has to be. That's that Barton 1792 profile. I love it. I'm a huge fan of it. This chocolate note here on Old Forester 1920. 1920 is one of our favorite bottles this year, and it's a little more expensive than 1792 full proof, and it's 10 proof points lower, which means that I'll probably get a better balance.
He didn't like it.
Of course not. At that proof point of 115 instead of 125, you can get more complexity, more richness, more overall enjoyment, flavor-wise and finish-wise, I think, than at this 125 proof point.
You made that bubblegum note, which I don't know if I've ever had before. And I'm drinking this, and for some reason, I don't know if it's like that thing where like somebody says something and then it just kind of gets into your head.
Some sort of cognitive
But I got that on the
association.
finish of this, which is obviously the 1920, not to try to sway you and throw a little wrench in the system, but
Sure you poured the right bottle?
I did.
You were getting some crossed
But-
wires on your 1920 lately.
I know! Gosh, this one is so delicious. This is a problem for me.
I'm
is
getting
that,
a
like,
really lovely caramel note on this 1920 right now, which I don't normally get. I think it's a byproduct of the butterscotch in this one, sort of showing that separation of flavors, because you wouldn't think that butterscotch and caramel would be that different.
The
Or
caramel
maybe
in
you would
here-
if you're a big butterscotch and caramel guy, I don't know, but the caramel note in here is not something I always get. It's kind of blowing me away. That walnut note is surprisingly good too, and I don't know if it's just the season or what it is, but I'm kind of partial to it right now.
I think I said this about the 1910, that if you've never had it, that you should just immediately go out and purchase it.
Yeah.
And I know I didn't move the 1920 forward, and that's what I'm drinking right now. So if there's no confusion on my end, but if you haven't tried this, it's worth a try. That's all I'm saying. It's worth a try. It is just so good. Like,
This Old
they
Forester
are just
Whiskey Row
nailing it.
series, the Old Forester Whiskey Row series is ridiculous.
Yeah. Do you know what you want to do?
I need another second, but
People are waiting.
I know. Right now I'm just enjoying these so much and I'm just talking because I don't want to make a decision. I have a decision.
Oh, lovely.
1792 Barton's Distilling, love that flavor profile. Love this glass.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, there's too much heat on it. The balance is thrown off. So
Even the more you drink it, like it's just not coming through. It's just hot the entire time.
The finish is just too hot, and I love it. And I'll sit and sip this all the time. Maybe not too often at 125 proof,
So
but
it's more of like a long-term drinker
yeah.
versus like.
It is
Amazing.
really good. It is well priced for a full proof bourbon that's 50-ish range. Really a nice product, delicious. And the finish is hot, but it is delicious. It would be moving on if it didn't run up against one of the greatest bottles we've ever had. It's Old Forester 1920.
Nice. Especially since it's like cut in the first round.
Old Forester 1920, balanced, chocolatey, vanilla,
Yeah.
caramel. It's sweet, it's lovely, and at 115 proof, that's kind of a perfect proof point for something with that sort of body. It coats the tongue, it's lovely, it's beautiful, it finishes nice and sweet, it's not overpowering in any way.
So you're saying this
I love it.
thinking that you know which glass is which. So which
positive.
glass are you moving forward with?
Glass 2, super good,
And glass 2 is
1920.
It is.
Yeah. It could be none other than 1920.
Yay!
I love this glass. I love this bottle.
Let's have a little celebratory splash, baby.
Why not any excuse? Look, we've said it before on this channel. We will continue to say it. This bottle is about $60. It's available everywhere. It's not allocated like crazy like a lot of the products that are out there. It's flavorful. It's rich. It's a steal at $60. I think that this is, I know it's $60. If I'm making a list of the best values in bourbon, I'm putting this on it.
So flavorful.
This is as good or better than probably anything that I've spent more money on by kind of a huge margin. It's balanced, delicious. Just go get this bottle. What are you even doing, right?
And
1792, by the way, is the first full proofer that you and I have both now booted from the competition.
And 1920 should be moving forward. It is still a little chip on my shoulder that I didn't move her forward the first time. I'm glad that she's moving into the next round. And I'm glad 46 is too, because I did, yeah. I still, even after having them side by side, I'm a 1910 girl. This is the 1920s, so I feel less guilty about it. So I'm okay with my 46, even after the second, even how much I loved it today.
Look, the profile on 46 is more similar to the 1910. What I said earlier remains true. This matchup here and the 46 that you just chose, the 1920 and the 46 are the class of bracket 3. I will be shocked if anything else moves out of that bracket.
But we'll see.
We will see. For today, I'm thrilled, I'm satisfied, I'm happy, and I'm gonna have some more because I'm still happy.
So from wherever we are to wherever you are, happy day 11.
Cheers.
Hey.